Anything like that might happen.
Oh.
What else have you got to say for yourself?
You started something about a coffee break. See, I have some. I never offer my guests my coffee and my, I have some extra New York tap water here.
Rose or your glove?
And they said we couldn't get her to sing on the show.
That's it.
Not only it's all we can afford. So
I don't know, but those curtains after the television series I did, which unfortunately is buried somewhere in Newark.
Is it?
Why? I don't know. All 26 shows. We didn't have those kind of classy curtains, and so you've got a little more money than we all think.
Well, listen, those curtains are going to be available shortly.
Well,
they're marked down because we're closing out in a month.
Well, when are you coming back? Not to bring up...
Well, I've made so many comebacks that I just don't really know.
Copycat.
I know, I took your material. Do unknown songwriters, they must come to you with manuscripts clutched under their arms and in their sweaty palms. And,
unknown songwriters?
Unknown songwriters, and want you to do their numbers all the time. This must have gone on for years and years. What do you do about that?
Well, first of all, everyone who sings has people send them songs, that they write. Amateur songwriters. First thing you do is make sure that you send them back after you read them over to see if because they'll sue the dickens out of you if you don't get them back.
Yes.
However, I've got to tell you, there was one marvelous man called Peter A. Follow, Follo. Follow. And he was rather rich, evidently, because he sent me, this was years ago, just after we had lost the war completely, and Pearl Harbor was just bombed out, and we were, desperate.
In 41, this was?
I don't remember either that or the Civil War when I was born. But anyway, Peter A. Follo sent me a group of his amateur songs, but then it was leather bound and beautifully copied, and they were just terrible songs.
Oh, they were?
They were the worst songs. So I had to keep them, even if he sued me. He wrote one song. Now, mind you, we would all... Pearl Harbor, they weren't kidding, And then I think, was it Mr. Kaiser and Hildegard had to get a lot of ships built quickly so that we could defend ourselves. In the meantime, Peter A. Follo sent me these songs, and the first one was called, it was kind of a peppy song called You Lousy Jippy Jippy Japs. And I'm sure he meant it well, but it was kind of a
frisky little number.
Frisky. I think it was Japanese.
Poking fun at our yellow enemies.
No, or at us.
Well, that was the way they talked during the war. You remember the posters that showed the Japanese as rats with glasses and teeth? I remember that
was
clearly.
Peter A. Follo.
It was in
You lousy jippy jippy jack, I hate you so much. I'll make you clutch. Just wait and see. You jippy jippy jacks, you lousy big rats. That's the most I can remember.
I remember when that was on the hit parade. That's really a terrible song, isn't it?
Well, it didn't inspire
Mr.
too much.
Follo had...
Yes, Mr. Follo was an enemy, obviously.
Very little, yeah.
But he also wrote a song for everybody to join the a mobilization song. And he didn't like rhyming. He wrote words and lyrics, and it went... Uncle Sam is going to build an army. Uncle Sam is going to build a navy. And if you dare to come upon our shores, if you do, we'll punch you on your jaws. We are going to certainly surprise you, and we'll knock you out. For the USS Sandy is
I believe.